Although I do live in Pattaya, I haven't made a video where I become the ultimate tourist and see all the attractions I can in the city. So that's exactly the purpose of the next 48 hours. And the first stop of the tourist attractions of the day didn't go quite as planned because I went to the gym in the morning and then went straight from there to the Sanctuary of Truth, if you've heard of that, which is a museum that is a hybrid of both a temple and a castle. And even though I live here, I still forget the rules sometimes, because most temples here are no shoulders or knees showing. I mean, it's really a struggle when you want to go see temples, but you're allergic to sleeves like I am. So I'll have to go see this temple another day. And luckily there's a beach I haven't explored yet, so that'll do until the next stop of the list is open. Just a short 35-minute walk away in 35-degree heat, just great. This beach is a bit more private because there's no beach road running along it like most beaches here, so it's mostly just people who are staying at the hotels nearby, so it's definitely one of the better beaches if you ever stay near this beach. Just know that it's a Dexter-approved beach, that's for sure. Then finally, the giant shopping mall in Pattaya opens its doors, Terminal 21, which if you aren't aware is a massive shopping mall that opened in 2018 with dining and entertainment in the north of Pattaya. It's unique in that it's airport themed, with each floor themed with different cities and their culture showcased throughout the entire floors, with statues and monuments and other decorations. And well, I'll go up every floor and film it so you don't have to. The ground floor is Paris themed, which features an attraction inside Terminal 21, the giant Eiffel Tower stretching from the ground floor all the way to the top floor. The next floor up would be the London floor, the British themed floor with loads of statues, and at the back of the mall there's this big red London bus. And then we go up to the next floor, which is Italy themed. It has a Venice portion of decorations and also another multi-floor decoration in the form of the Leaning Tower of Pisa, which is the complete other side of the mall, from the Venetian portion anyway. Then after we leave the Italian floor, we head on up to Japan, or Tokyo in this case, which has some sumo statues and some other Japanese themed decorations, and I believe there's also a Japanese style floor as well, some point on this floor. Then leaving the Tokyo floor, we head on over to the top floor, the final one, San Francisco, which has a mini Golden Gate Bridge that hovers over you as you take the final escalators to the top floor. And it's not just a mall with a fun theme, it's actually a giant shopping mall too, with nearly everything you can think of, as well as restaurants if you get hungry, entertainment if you get bored. It really has it all. And there are other malls in Pattaya, with the markets of course, but if you're in Pattaya you should come and check this out, I think it's worth it. Plus there's deals to be found here as well, and that may not be the branded stuff, but you can still find decent deals. And then suddenly I found myself in Chinatown, but maybe I didn't come at the right time because everything is closed. But if I'm being honest, I didn't even plan on coming here, it was just completely accidental. I just happened to walk past it after I left Terminal 21. Because it's literally right next to it. And then I checked on maps and seen there was a dragon shrine, so I figured I'd check it out. Then of course I had to go walk the most famous beach in Pattaya, Pattaya Beach, which is a 3-kilometer long beach. So at first I started at North Pattaya Beach, which is definitely more quiet, less peaceful, so more peaceful for sure. But Pattaya Beach itself is a more tourist focused beach. But luckily it has a good view of the bay and all the boats, because at the end of the day it's #1 beach in popularity, at least from what I've seen. It's kept pretty clean, and the sidewalk along the beach is filled with trees and nature as well, which is quite aesthetically pleasing as well to walk down. And about halfway down the beach there's Central Pattaya, which is another shopping mall here that's actually quite big, but since I've already shown you Terminal 21, we don't need to go to another shopping mall at all. I mean, one shopping mall is the daily limit for almost every guy, right? And then I got to the end of the beach road, and well, if you're wondering where the walking street sign is, so am I. I knew they took it down, but it looks like they're still putting the new sign up. Well, I assume that's what's going on anyway. And since this part of Pattaya is the complete opposite side to where my condo is, I think I'll enjoy the beach and chill out here for the rest of the day, since I don't really get to do that much anyway. Until dinner, because then I'll show you one of the more popular night markets. And it's that time now. There's many food markets in Pattaya, but this is one more for the locals than more of a tourist trap like the others can be. Here you can choose from a huge variety of food from decent prices in Thailand. I wouldn't say it's overpriced here at all, but if you want clothes or maybe a cheap Rolex or anything else that's cheap, because they're more than likely going to be fakes, then you can grab them here too. And I'll say this, if you're on a budget, you can get some good deals here, so check the material and the quality before you do any purchases, and it might be worth it. And that does it for day one. To start day 2 off, I headed towards the Golden Buddha, which is one of the largest Buddha statues in the entire of Thailand. A 18-meter high golden Buddha that was built in the 1940s. On top of a hill when Pattaya was still a small fishing village. And there's some other stuff to see on top of this hill. To start with, there's some temples right next to the big Buddha, which I'm not sure if people even know are here, because I chilled in the gardens in these temples for quite a bit, and other than one cleaner I saw one person the whole time. So maybe it's a hidden gem. Then after climbing another hill to reach the hilltop site, there was a statue of the founder of the Thai Navy. And then if you just turn around from that, there's some panoramic views of the city and the bay in Pattaya City, which in my opinion is one of the best views here in Pattaya, alongside the view from the Pattaya sign. And just before I leave the hills, there's one final temple at the top of this hilltop, so I went to check that out, which is exactly what I did. And then after all that hill climbing and walking, if you followed this channel before, you know one of my favourite things to do is a beach walk. Because when the sun's out, you just can't beat it. So I headed towards Jomtien Viewpoint, so I can walk back along a few different beaches towards my condo, which includes this beach, which I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce, which then leads to Dongtan Beach, until you get to probably the second most famous beach in Pattaya, Jomtien Beach, which is a 6-kilometer long and also probably the widest beach here in Pattaya too, so you know, it's a pretty good one. But if you like a more touristy beach, or fake beach perhaps, then there is a fake pink beach, which I'm sure any tourists use there. If you're interested, you can have a go on that as well, I guess. But now if you go further down south on Jomtien Beach, which I think is probably the best beach here in Pattaya, I mean, it's a huge beach which somehow doubles in size when the tide is out. As well as that is a good combination of the yellow sand and the green nature, plus the view is pretty good. So I'll probably chill here for the next few hours. After yesterday I may have burnt myself a little, which I kind of deserve to not put any sun cream on. So in order to fix that, I'll probably chill out here on the beach until tonight when I go to another market. But don't get any ideas about this spot, because you're lucky enough for me to share it with you, because I don't want it getting too crowded. So just, actually, you know what, forget about it. It's a terrible spot, don't go there. And another market here, Jomtien Night Market, which is another popular and bustling night market located near Jomtien Beach. Again, it's quite big, really, with a great view near the beach road during sunset, and it's also, sometimes it's too busy, especially during peak season. Definitely more of a tourist market. But it does feature numerous stalls and vendors selling a wide variety of products like local handicrafts, trinkets, hats, beachwear, sunglasses, all the food you can think of. And unlike a typical market, you'll love it because it's got sort of a party vibe to it, loud music, cheap cocktails, and well, I guess that's why more tourists go there. But that's it, that's my full 48 hours here in Pattaya. I hope you guys enjoyed. That's me trying to attempt to become the ultimate tourist, visiting every tourist attraction I can. So if you did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one.